Hello. So I've done a few tests with different types of technologies around extracting a knowledge graph or relations from unstructured text. And I have to say that the results are actually really, really good and promising. So basically, this is the latest, and I fed it basically just four concepts. So texts about four concepts. Writer Lisa, well, more than four concepts actually. Cryonics, Frostrom, a city, or I mentioned a few cities. Lisa, writer, and another concept which is the glowstone cavern, and it was really able to extract a lot of really neat kind of concepts and what they are. So it extracted like world, cities, physical characteristics, skins, eyes, air, places, flora, whatever. And it really kind of created great relation links. Like, for instance, here, Lisa wears attire thermal suit. And the thermal suit is also, as you can see, worn by Ryder. Lisa shares that the compassionate and empathetic trait with Ryder. So this was extracted from the text. They both come from Frostholm, which is a city that is a town in cryonics, and it's located in cryonics. So this is like typical knowledge graph stuff. It did a great job actually. If you look at it, like this is a actual very good knowledge graph, and it's not too noisy. It's well structured. So, if I can say like, give me the fauna in, cryonics, it will look for these guys, and it's gonna. So I can query this graph. I can ask questions, and then it's going to kind of like do some logical navigation of the graphs of the relationships, give me some answers that are kind of procedural, and then from the procedural answer, it can then generate an answer. So, for instance, so this is good to reduce hallucinations and to also be able to change things very kind of like atomically in the ontology. I can say like, Lisa has red eyes, and it will go and change the relationships that are existing to uh, to reflect the fact that she's has red eyes, and not have to go through documents and kind of like highlight all kinds of stuff. The other thing that it did that was really cool was identify the key concepts inside of the documents. And I didn't do anything here. It just kind of like identified that the Frozen Falls is a concept of interest. The Glacier's Edge, Auroraville. It has a town. It knows that it's a town, and it's called Auroraville, but it doesn't have anything more to say about it because it didn't find anything. So what's cool is that we can use this to drive the feature that Manu shows in his wireframe, where in the text we highlight the concepts that ought to be fleshed out a little bit more or whatever. So in this case here, we could detect that Auroraville is a city, but it's not fleshed out. It doesn't have a document associated with it. It's not a concept in the mind map yet. It's something that's just kind of mentioned. And so we could create that widget that says, well, okay, create Auroraville here. So we click plus. At this time, we know from the knowledge graph that it is a city. It is inside of cryonics. It has some description. In the polar region stands a beacon of scientific pursuit and natural wonder. So from this, we can create a concept in the mind map and like flesh it out automatically with kind of LLMs and the user inputs and stuff like that. So basically, like, we could not be able to do this without this pass where the knowledge graph is attempted to be built, and we would have to kind of parse unstructured text and figure out what are the concepts that are not mentioned and ought to be like it would be very complicated. And so this already does that for us. So even if it's just about highlighting text the way that Manu shows it in the wireframe, we could use this. So I'm actually really happy with that.